Hello, I am here to give you a tour of my latest filled sketchbook. So I am not very good at filling sketchbooks, but that is all changing now that I'm doing daily art. So what I thought I would do is flip through one of the sketchbooks that I filled up. This is a very inexpensive, tiny little sketchbook, so this will be quick. I searched on Amazon one day for a craft paper sketchbook because I was looking for this toned paper, but I found this stack of several sketchbooks for a very good price. So I picked up the whole lot, and the inside paper is it's not very like it can't hold water or anything like that. It's pretty lightweight paper, but let us not delay. I will get started right now. One day I'll do some artwork on here to spice it up. So this whole sketchbook has been filled with portraits, and colored pencil portraits to be more precise. And what I'd like to do is just tell you something I like about each one, and flip the page just like that. So this first fellow, I had it come in and tried an experiment that I had been playing with, probably on just some doodle paper, of using just like one color. And then I always like to throw in some color into the nose and cheeks. Somehow it brings out more personality, and just makes me feel really nice inside when I see rosy cheeks and a red nose. But I actually didn't like this guy. He reminded me of like a Scooby-Doo villain, and I wasn't thrilled with him. So I decided to simplify my next several portraits by not adding the additional color, just by keeping it like a one color drawing with a little highlight color in the back. So my next drawing, I am quite happy with this. I love the personality I got. This reignited me. This made me feel better about continuing to do this. So I chose a very simple palette of orange and green, and I think I found the reference on Pinterest, as many of us do, and yeah, it was an opportunity to just draw out, sort of render his face using shading, and still trying to keep my style, whatever that may be. And I think he turned out really well. I think he's got a lot of emotion in his face. This I would have to call another failed experiment. I wanted to see what I could do with a fluorescent pink, and I think my fluorescent pink pencil crayon or colored pencil is not that great quality, and then I did try to recover with some of the things I didn't like by bringing in something. I'm not even sure what that is, but I don't think it worked out. I do like his hat. I do like hats and beards and mustaches, as you will find. This one is the next one I did, obviously, and I was okay with this one. It's a little bit caricature-y for me. Like, it's a little bit too, I think it's fun, but, and I do like the proportions of the neck and shoulders. I kind of like either like really big shoulders or really sort of weak shoulders, and I think it adds personality. Her eyes are too big for my style too, I think. So I was okay with this one, and I sort of went to that habit of throwing in extra color, and maybe it would have been better without, not sure. Oh my goodness. I remember getting really excited with this guy. The style is very illustrative. I like the looseness of my drawing technique, and I like his glasses, I like his nose, I like his ears. Very fun. This girl, I remember finding this one on Pinterest and thinking, you know, I rarely do different angles of positioning, so I used that reference as an opportunity to try drawing someone from a different angle, and I think this went really well. It looks like the reference image, although that's not really my goal. My goal is not to make it look like the person. It's just to learn from their face, but I'm not necessarily chasing their likeness. But yeah, I think I captured the positioning well for, you know, someone who doesn't do a lot of that. I was pretty happy with what I learned. This one I really like. To me, this looks like this character is actually sitting in the bright sun, and yeah, I think the shading went really well. I like the one color technique, and yeah, I'm really happy with this one. It's I believe it's another Pinterest reference. Most of these are, and I believe it's a capture. The image is a capture of Sir Edmund Hillary as sort of like in his middle age. I'm not sure if you know who that is. He climbed Mount Everest. I think he was the first to summit Mount Everest. This is my absolute favorite. I love her so much. I'm actually going to continue working with this face in different ways. I've got a few different ideas that I'm excited about. I think my color choices really helped capture her personality. To me, this is just a fantastic rendering of face shape and character and personality and emotion. And I did get a little tight, but that's okay. I loosened up the back, and I'm quite happy with her. This one I'm not so happy with. The proportions of the hat and such did not turn out. I didn't like the colors. Wasn't happy with this one, so I'm going to move on quickly. I think this is Tim Burton. I think this reference is sip of coffee. To me, this it was a great reference photo. It had a lot of character in it, and again, I went in with those weak shoulders as I was, adapting him to my style. I loved doing his curly hair and capturing his expression. Oh yeah, this one was so the Pinterest reference for this one, I think typically I choose old photos, vintage photos and stuff. I think this was like an obscure reference to a sport that I'm not quite familiar with, and yeah, he was in his jersey, but I zoom in on the picture really tight sometimes to find these faces, and there's not actually a lot of detail I find in some of them. Sometimes the lights and the shadows are really high contrast, and it's not easy to find the details, but I do remember being pleased with this one. I think this page is great. It's rendered in a very different way. It's a little tight, but I think the character is great and the colors are great, and what I captured is good. This one I would love to redo. I kind of like these, funky Sherpa toques, and but I made a few mistakes, and maybe I was rushing, not sure. But I had a good time doing this guy. I'll redo him one day. I think it's like a candid street portrait that somebody photographed, and the reference is on Pinterest. This reference is from this old photograph that I rescued from a antique shop. So I chose this gentleman here, although any one of them would make a wonderful subject. And I just love how people used to pose in front of their cars. Anyways, I zoomed in on his face and did something fun with his tie. Made him made his face shape a little shorter than it actually is. But something to retry again. So that's another great resource. I did rescue several photographs from the antique shop that day. And I had fun with moving his tie. These colors, I absolutely love these colors. This kind of smoky blue and earthy red. I like those two together. Yeah, I like him. This guy's fun too. Maybe this is the sportsman, or maybe this was about a blog on berets, maybe. Anyways, I like the way he turned out. He looks very warm. I captured his smile really well. Again, I add my own personality to the faces as well. So it's not about capturing his exact likeness, but I do think he turned out really well. And I like the green on green. This is my Inigo Montoya. I just fixed his eyes. I didn't like the way I did his eyes. I think that was way too off the reference photo. So it's amazing what a couple of millimeters can do when it comes to positioning features. So I think I made it look a lot more like him by just moving his eyes down a little bit. Other than that, I think I called this one Inigo and Indigo because I used this really beautiful deep indigo pencil from Faber-Castell. And then I think the peach worked really well behind him, that flesh color. So yeah, you can always do little repairs in your sketchbook, which something I maybe wouldn't have done before. Oh, then drawing a child. I don't have a lot of experience drawing children, so I thought, what the heck? And I found this old-timey girl. She's pretty cute. This one, another reference from an old vintage photo. I like the way it turned out. I wanted to try a black behind, and I think that looks nice actually. I'm going to try that again for the right face. Oh, he is one of my favorites as well. Oh, he turned out really great. He looks like, an explorer. He's a fisherman. My reference photo was a fisherman, but he looks like this. He's just about to go on this great adventure, and I think he's full of personality and fun. And I do really like a good beard and mustache. I'm trying to find ways to pull in textures in clothing. This rain cap was the photo. It looked very kind of rubbery, and I think I got the gist of the material in there. Oh, this is a fellow that I've drawn and painted before. He's kind of like got this round-faced milkman from the 30s or 40s. His features aren't very much like the features in the reference, which is okay because it's not a recognizable face. I don't need to move his eyes down, but his eyes are too high. But really, what I really like is the way I've rendered this section of his face, and I think the hat turned out really nice, and I do like the colors. I'll do him again. He's just he's just got so much sparkle. Okay, I remember this one because it wasn't that long ago. This is from a reference with this guy making this very, definitely very cheeky pose in his face, and I wanted to try to capture, which I think I failed at, but that's okay. Him pushing out, he sort of filled that cheek with air, and he was pushing it out. And I don't do a lot of hands, so I wanted to, make sure I was not neglecting such an important feature. So just some practice on that. Not the best in the book and not my favorite, but it did the job. Oh, he's great too. This one is very cartoony and not doesn't look quite as realistic as some of the others. But I really like the way I rendered his ear, and I like the personality that's coming through on this gentleman. Oh, and then, of course, to go completely off topic, I decided to paint a picture or draw a picture of a bear. So that's completely off topic, but I'm not sure why I did that, but I like the way he looks. And then for my last page, I did a reference to The Last of Us, which is a new series it's a new series on TV right now. And this is supposed to look like Pedro Pascal. I think I did a pretty good job. Looks very graphic novel or comic book, I think. And I tried to just bring in some of the buildings on the movie poster that this references, or the show poster that this references, by bringing in the darker lines. And I think I like the way that went. So there you have it, my sketchbook tour. These little drawing sketchbooks are great because they're not too thick, they're not too intimidatingly big. They're great for doing like a theme, so maybe I'll do another one of like animals or something. It's perfect for this daily practice that I'm doing, and very happy with it. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you again.